Yoshi burst onto the scene back in the early 1990s in his debut in Super Mario World for the Super NES, and ever since then the Dino mascot has become one of Nintendo's most recognizable icons. Yoshi was so popular that he and his multicolored companions were headline stars in the sequel to Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island. This myth actually begins with Super Mario World 2 and the first appearance of the purple Yoshi. The royally tinted dinosaur then showed up in other Mario games like Paper Mario and Super Mario Sunshine. The Yoshis once again took the leading role for Yoshi's Story on the Nintendo 64, which was touted as a sequel to Yoshi's Island. During the introduction of the game, you can clearly see several different colored Yoshis, including a purple one. However, those of you who have actually played through the game know that there are only 6 flavors of Yoshis available at the start: green, blue, light blue, red, yellow, and pink. Additionally, you can unlock the hidden black and white colored Yoshis, but the purple Yoshi never showed up in the character select screen. Yet to this day, if you head over to any one of several popular gaming sites that specialize in cheat codes and secrets, you'll see a listing for not only a purple, but a gold Yoshi as well. Do more playable Yoshis exist past the 8 already known to be a part of Yoshi's Story? There's virtually no variation to each source's methodology to unlocking either the purple or gold Yoshi in the game. In order to unlock the purple Yoshi, you have to collect every single heart coin in the story mode. If you want to unlock the gold Yoshi, you have to first unlock every level in trial mode, and in addition to then collecting every coin in every level, you must also secure a top ranking for your score. Once you've done this, you have to complete the story mode without dying while collecting both black and white Yoshis along the way. If you successfully satisfy the requirements, new Yoshis should be made available to select at the start of any level in the story mode. Before we even began this test, we had our doubts, having already encountered the whole collecting every coin rumor back when we attempted to unlock Luigi in Super Mario 64. On the other hand, while the instructions for unlocking Luigi are no longer listed on most major sites, the purple and gold Yoshi trick remains a verified cheat or secret on similar sites. After all, you can clearly see the purple Yoshi in the opening of the game, along with every other playable Yoshi. Why would Nintendo have featured the purple Yoshi so prominently, but then decide not to use him? Unfortunately, despite the circumstantial evidence, our efforts were in vain. We wasted away over 2 days worth of playing what critics formerly labeled as one of the shortest and easiest games on the N64, and turned up nothing. First, you have to beat the game a minimum of 4 times just to unlock all the levels in time trial mode, and collecting every single coin proved to be a fool's errand. We stumbled across a single guide that claimed to document every single coin's location in Yoshi's Story, and despite collecting what we thought was every single coin, the gold and purple Yoshis never appeared. Not satisfied with relying on somebody else's word, we decided to dig a bit further. That's when we stumbled across early promotional footage of the game. The short clip shows that purple Yoshi, as well as a brown Yoshi, were originally playable at one point, but it appears that for some reason, in the final version of the game, they were replaced with the pink and white Yoshis. We also reached out to Nintendo of America since they were previously able to give us an answer about the Fire Temple music, but this time they didn't have an explanation. The only people likely to know the reason for the change are the original developers, which include Hideki Kono and Takashi Tezuka. We then decided to look at the game's inner workings a bit more closely, and our search brought us to a website known as the Cutting Room Floor, which outlined a way to gain access to a debug menu in both the Japanese and North American versions of the game. We were able to successfully reach the debug menu in the Japanese version, but it provided little insight into our myth. Getting the debug menu to appear in the North American version proved difficult as the GameShark code provided did not work for us. However, the person who figured out the code shared some screenshots of the menu, which are familiar to those found in the debug menu present in Ocarina of Time. The images, while intriguing, also fail to give any indication as to why Nintendo changed the colors. Finally, there was somebody named Sen who discovered test levels within the game's code and provided a way to access it. However, it's just a test environment with little else of interest. In the end, while playable versions of purple and brown Yoshi were present at some point, both of those colors will ultimately cut out of the final product, though the reason for the change is still a mystery.